Hey, Bob.
What?
Tell him about last Friday night.
Oh, this pissed me off. Let me tell you about this. How many people here have ever gone bar hopping in the Connecticut Valley? Wait a minute. All right, I'm going to ask you again because I can't see for shit. How many people here have ever gone bar hopping in the Connecticut Valley? I know you have. I know you have. 3, huh? Oh, 4, yeah. 5, that's good. Well, let me tell you what I did, okay? I decided to go out bar hopping last Friday night because I was really bored.
What a fateful decision.
Oh, God, let me tell you. That turned out to be a real mess. First thing I did, all right, I went to the pub. How many people here have been to the pub? You know they have those real short waitresses and they're real pushy. They hold the tray up like this and they go, "Excuse me! Pardon me!" I hate that. So I didn't hang out there very long because they carded me, right? I hate to be carded because all I got for an ID is my pistol permit, and that always shakes them up. Sure, I have my license to kill from G2, but I can't use that. It's illegal. So I went to the pub. I hated the pub. I hated the pub so much, I didn't even drink there. I went in, I got carded, I said, "Hey, I hate this joint. I'm going up the street." So I went up the street, right? I got harassed by a CSO on my way, you know, like everybody here, or at least 5 or 6 of you here have been harassed by CSOs before.
It's always the same one, it seems.
It's always the same one. It's either that guy who looks like he started shaving last week, or it's the chick with the big ass. You know, they give her a walkie-talkie and a light blue uniform, and she's supposed to instill respect for the law in me. I'm sorry. She's great at parking tickets, but other than that, anyway, that's where we're just completely deterring her. Anyway, fact is, I went up the street. You ever seen a place called Time Out? Pretty amazing, right? People standing in a line in the cold. They go in this bar where the music's 10 years old.
A bunch of guys out in the woods. Out in the woods. Community support, they built a peace pagoda. First they went and got some wood. They got some wood. They got some wood and built a fucking peace pagoda. They must say, sit, they meditate, never drink or masturbate. Gonna give it up for the holy life. Peace, 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 peace. Woo! Pop, 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 peace pagoda. Sing along. Pop, 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 peace pagoda.
Well, I couldn't hack that forever. So I gave up on that. I called up Diamond and Tony's cab, right? I waited like 20 minutes in the lobby of the Lord Jeff. Saw a couple of those big rats they have over there. I got in the cab. Okay. I went to Northampton. Got in the cab, went to Northampton, tipped the guy a lot. I had Ray. Ray was my driver. He said, "Where are you going?" I told him.
He drove like 80 miles an hour.
He drove like 80 miles an hour. I said, "I want to go to that new club, you know? That new club with the neon. Yeah, and the deco. Where am I talking about?" No! I went to L'Oasis. I used to be retrograde. I used to fuck around. I used to dig them sleazy chicks from the other side of town. Now I look real butch. You can almost see me here. You might think I'm phony. I might think I'm weird, but I come to the right place. It's hip to be queer. It's hip to be queer. It's hip to be queer. It's hip to be queer around here. Well, let me tell you, that wore out my welcome pretty quick. So you know what I did? I walked out of L'Oasis and I walked across the lot out behind Corns. I went to Pearl Street. Pearl Street. True. They give you some shit at the door about your clothes. Actually, they give me some shit at the door about my clothes. I wasn't wearing these pop star leather pants with the duct tape on them that day. I was wearing these grease and pig blood covered, ripped and shitty looking denim jeans. The guy at the door said, not the state cop, I mean the other guy at the door with the tie, said, "You got $2?" I said, "You kidding? I got about $400. You got drinks I can drink in a glass?" They said, "No, it's plastic cup, but come on in anyway." So they took my $2, and the guy looked down his nose at me, and he actually said, "Next time, wear some decent pants." Now I could understand if it was the Taj Mahal, man, but it's fucking Pearl Street, you know? Place has all the atmosphere of a high school gymnasium on Friday night, and it was Friday night. Now I remember cheesy high school. It was a cheesy high school. It was a cheesy high school. But we had a PV mixer and we didn't fuck around. Pearl Street fucks around.
We can drink and piss and dance with the flake. And after 1 o'clock, we can all go to Jake's. We can drink and piss and dance with the flakes. And after 1 o'clock, we got headaches.
Well, I hung out for a while, because at least the music was current, you know? You could count on hearing Mr. Number One that time.
You drink 10 beers and a couple shots, and then you eat some Cracker Jacks. You leave the bar and back right into a Cadillac. If you want to find all the cops are hanging out at the roadblock, they wet your pants when you are the one they stop, and all the cops at the roadblock singing. And you walk like a dipshit.
I'll give it my best shot.
Walk like a dipshit.
Straight line, right?
Hey, what can you do?
Well, when you've heard one number one single, you've heard them all. So I left Pearl Street. I forfeited my $2 entirely. I even left my gin and tonic in the plastic cup on the counter there. By the big TV screen where they show you the old Superman cartoons. What the fuck is that? So what I did then, I went outside. I went up to the alley beside Sheehan's by the grease buckets at the back of C's. I ran into Joe Kennedy there and a Fifth of Cuervo. Joe said to me, "Hey, Bob, how about them Giants, huh?" So I said, "Joe, how about some Cuervo, huh?" Joe gave me some Cuervo. He was bummed out because there was no worm. I was bummed out because it was yellow. You know, there's not much you can do about it. So he went out and he got Steve with the Mohawk, who had a car there that we could get into. So we went and got in his car. Me and Joe and Steve and Oren and John Caban. We all got in this car. We almost ran over John Cruz on the highway. Motherfucker was hitchhiking. I couldn't believe it. So we went to Hadley, where all the metal is alive. I wanted to see some snakes in the environment where they thrive. I went to Katina's.
You said you would make me feel good. I don't think you will, and I don't think you could. You spent the weekend mauling my schlong. 3 days in hell with your teeth on my prong. Oh, you make me feel bad. your teeth off of my cock.
My car.
Scars on my dick, and you're to blame.
Honey,
You give head a bad name.
Fire drive.
You give head a bad name.
That was about it for me that night.
So it turned out to be a pretty shitty evening.
Turned out to be a lousy evening, let me tell you. I spent about $75 that evening. I failed to even produce a good buzz-on out of that. That was all covered charges, you know? And cab fare and shit. I had to give Joe Kennedy $10 because he was crying. I'm poor. I can't afford to drink the way I like to. I said, nobody can afford to drink the way you like to. So I went back down to Pearl Street, where the styrofoam and aluminum foil and 3 TVs keep us happy. Down in Pearl Street, $2 and a cop in the lobby. What the hell?
One round there we can drink and piss and dance with the flicks.
And after 1 o'clock, we can all go to jail. We can drink and piss and dance with the flakes. And after 1 o'clock, we got earrings.
We can
Drink and piss and dance with the flakes, man. And after 1 o'clock, we can all go to jail. We can drink and piss and dance with the flakes. The flakes. And after 1 o'clock, we got earrings. Pearl Street fucks around. Thank you, lad.